Okay, we're gonna do a 2-for-1 combo. The daily vlog for today would have been about when I was at the casino earlier. So it's Saturday, and Christina's family, her dad is a part of a competitive barbecuing team. Texas, we live in Texas. Really, for real, the slow motion?
Yes.
So, Christina, my manager, and one of Christina and I's Opas, Christina and Mai's Opa, we're all here eating at the casino buffet. We've all had a little bit to drink. So right now we're sobering up on water, and then I'm gonna go back at it. I'm gonna go back at it because it's been a very stressful week, and booze is free. This one eyeball that you're giving me though, what is this? But I'm gonna talk to you about this bacon. But I'm going to actually tell you all the story time that was due to you about when I spat fire at the club. The year was 2009. I know this for a fact because I was living in Pontiac, Michigan. Yes, there is a place in Michigan called Pontiac, like the car. Pontiac is the name of an Indian tribe. I lived in downtown Pontiac, which isn't an illustrious or beautiful thing in the least bit, but there used to be a club there called Seven, named after the 7 deadly sins. Go figure. I went with the same person who I went to the place where Lloyd sang to me, aka the Cake Story. If you haven't seen that, you need to go watch that right now. And yeah, the bartender there, one of the bartenders there, because the club was massive. I think it was 3 floors there. It's probably still there. I don't know. I haven't been back to Detroit or Pontiac in a while. But it was 2, maybe 3 floors. But the main bar, the bartender there, my buddy was friends with him. So he would always test out the craziest drinks on us. Now, keep in mind, we would go on like a Tuesday or a Wednesday when it really wasn't nobody there except the people who live locally. And then maybe we would go on a Saturday. At one point in time, I used to do nightclub promotions when I lived in Detroit. So, you know, all of this clubbing and everything is not because I was living in horrendous sin. It was just because I needed to pay my rent. So, we went one night. I think this was maybe a Friday. And I think he had a photo shoot the next day, and his studio was around the corner from my house. So whatever, I had a 2-bedroom apartment that Jessica and I used to share, and then it ended up just being me in there, so there was obvious room. So he was gonna stay the night and then go do his work and head back to Detroit. Pontiac and Detroit are about like 45 minutes away from one another, give or take 15 minutes in snow, because we don't have the same traffic issues there that I have experienced here in Houston or in Los Angeles. So yeah, we're hanging. I'm on the dance floor. I don't care if there's people there or not. I'm just gigging. I'm giving it everything I got out there thrashing. While I'm doing all of that, they're over at the bar doing crazy stuff. I figured, okay, I'm a little thirsty. I don't want any water. I would like to have the drink that was called Sex with the Bartender. Still, to this day, I don't know what was in it, and I think the bartender only came up with the name because he liked to hear people say, I want to have sex with the bartender. He would just be like, yeah. So he makes the drink or whatever. He does his trademark slow motion shake. Drink was very smooth, and I go back to dancing. I'm out there boogieing. It's all kinds of jams on. I'm giving it everything. We finally get to the point where it's late, like 10 minutes till closing. So all the people who don't live locally have went ahead and left because nobody really stays until the end of a club closes out in Pontiac. So it's just us and the regulars at this point. And the bartender's like, hey, I came up with this drink. It's called a Flamin' Mo. I'm like, ooh, sounds good. It's named after the guy from The Simpsons. He gets the drink together. I don't know what's in it. It was some dark, it was some light, and it was some fire. Yeah, like legit, real fire. All the guys, while I was out there being Go-Go Ashley on the dance floor, doing whatever it was I was doing, burning calories. That's what I was doing, burning them calories. They had already had this drink. So they knew that when you get the shot, which was a double, and the fire is on it, you blow it out, and then you go ahead and swallow it. No one told me that. No one told me that. They were just like, hey, we have a Flamin' Mo. Why don't you try it? Sure, why not? They go ahead, they pour something dark, they pour something light in it, get it in the shot glass, take the match, already on fire. I'm looking at them like, do I just drink it? And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, well, okay. And I grab it with the fire still going. And I drink it. And they're all like, no. And I'm like, whoa. I spat and fire just like shot clean out my mouth. Nothing burned. I didn't burn anything, thank God. But legitimately, it was like neck and mouth flames. I was a dragon. I was a dragon, okay, by way of alcoholic beverage. I was traumatized. My drink went one direction. The fire went up. I screamed. I fell to the floor. Everybody's freaking out, laughing and screaming because it is hilarious, but it's terrifying. Because how will you go back and explain that to somebody at Beaumont Hospital that my face is on fire? And they're like, well, what happened? Can you explain what happened to the young lady? Yeah, she drank a hot drink and it caught on fire in her face. Like, that's not something you want to say. So I'm sitting there having a full-on panic attack because I almost killed myself. No one told me to spit this fire out. Nobody told me to blow the fire out. These are not the type of friends you want to have, ladies and gentlemen. Actually, I take that back. You are. These are the type of friends you want to have because everyone did eventually like run to my aid to make sure I was okay and everything. And I don't condone you setting anything on fire and putting it upon one's mouth. This is not a promotion for trying this drink. Don't be stupid and do this, okay? I was young. And when you're young, you think you're invincible. I could not be here. I could not be here. My tombstone would say Ashley, my name at the time, May 1st, the year I was born, and then the night I died, and it would be like, this heifer had a flaming mole, slap her in heaven, amen. So yeah, that's the story. The next story I'm gonna tell you all about will probably be about the deer that stalked me. But that can wait for another night. Bye, y'all.